Hey YouTube, this is the Death Scouter making another video, and today's video is a little bit obscure. I had this piece break, which is actually this piece, off of my the framework that holds up my soft top on the passenger side of the vehicle. I'm not sure how many people ever run into this problem, but today I'm going to be swapping out this one part that I bought. It comes as a pair. There is a left and a right side, and you'll recognize it each side by the recess. So you're either going to see the recess that holds the nut head or screw head, or you're going to see the threads. So nuts on the outside of this side of the vehicle, so you'll be able to identify the passenger side from the driver's side part. And the problem that I wasn't even going to make this video, but I actually started having problems getting this one little piece out. And I figured this is such an obscure, weird problem that I'd go ahead and make a video for it. So always the best thing to do when you're trying to replace something is take a look at your new parts and find out what your old parts may be held in by. So I saw these screw holes on the top. There's one there on the side, believe it or not, that serves no purpose. And then there's also screw holes on the obverse and reverse side. So, and both of those are used. So one of the things that I had to do, I'll go over here to my driver's side. Forgive the video moving all over the place. This is the driver's side, still intact. And if you dig through some of your rubberized tape, you'll find the screw heads. Okay, so there's two screw heads that hold in this metal flap. Then there's two screw heads that go into my broken piece of pipe. And then there are screws all on the underside of this framework that you have to get to in order to get the damn piece out. So two screws that hold in the metal piece, two screws on the top, two screws underneath, and you would think that this would just pull right out. Oh no, because that's not that simple. We had to go ahead and roll up underneath here, and I have no idea how well the camera's going to pick this up, but there are lots of screws that hold this plastic piece down to the framework that goes across what would really be the front of your soft top. So I had to take screws off, starting at the passenger side all the way over to about the middle. You can tell the middle, right, because it's got that little hand depression. And once I got those screws out, then I was able to pull this piece of pipe out. Okay, the replacement parts come with no instructions, which is helpful. They come with a complete bag of hardware, which is going to be a pain in the ass. But if you take a look at what pieces are here, you have obviously this end that we just freed up out of the soft top, and then we have this junction piece that we have to marry up to, right? So there is this piece that goes across and fits on here somehow. And if you take a look at this, this is actually a rivet. So we got a smooth head on this side, a rivet on that side. We're obviously going to have to drill out from this side to free up this arm, and then we'll probably have a nut and a bolt. A nut and a bolt to go back in its place. So as we go through this together and we figure out our way as we go, I just want to show you that along with the two arms that need to be replaced, it comes with this bag of hardware. No instructions, nothing in here there's no rivets, so everything is going to convert from rivet to nut and bolt. Just wanted to show that to you as we futter our way through this very obscure repair. Okay, I just wanted to show you that when I pulled this rivet piece out, we had these two almost like washers, but you notice that they're raised on one side, recessed on the other. They fit the projecting part in towards the pipe. So one like that, and the other like that as it came off the rivet. Be mindful of that when you pull the rivet out. Obviously you can't reuse it, so we're going to have to find In the bag of hardware they gave us something that's just about this length, and see these recessed pieces go in here, and they are what provide the ability for this joint to turn and rotate without cutting into the screw or the rivet. So these washers are kind of unique. Don't lose those when you do this. And I'm off to the hardware bag to see what I can find. Okay, so I dumped out the hardware bag. I came over with my rivet. The closest thing I have is a single silver screw Phillips head. Note that they do offer you these replacement washers that I told you not to lose. So should you lose them, they come, new hardware comes with it. And the same thing goes for these screws. As you can tell by this smooth jacket up towards the head, new screws to replace the screws we took out. I'll be reusing mine unless there's something about this part that doesn't allow me to reuse the original hardware. And then it's this screw, and then a nut with the nylon bushing, so no washer will be required. You've already got these washers here in play, so you don't need any other kind of washer to put this joint back together. So let me work on that right now, and I'll get back. So since I'm making this video up as I went along, I almost started to get ahead of myself. So I got the screw put through from the inside out, inside towards the outside, the two washers in place, so I have this nice rotating joint here, and I was just about to go ahead and insert the screw through this side and clamp it down when I realized what I really need to be doing first is working my way back from the way that I've done my dismantling, which means got to start screwing this screw hole in first. And the reason I don't want to work on this right now is I need this kind of, see how this flexibility to get underneath there to all the different screw heads that are underneath there. I won't have that flexibility if I put this joint back together now. So let me secure this end, top and bottom, all the screws going across the back, and then I'll be ready to come up here and work on this joint. Okay, so got everything back together. We're all screwed in back here. I went ahead and used this nut, bolt, screws and washers, and these joints are flexing fine. Reused my bolt even though they sent me new ones, and put this all back together. Another repair done. These parts kind of suck. They cost me about $240, so $120 per side. I did not have the option to order just one side. They came as a kit. So if anybody needs a driver's side, let me know. I'll be happy to sell it to you cheap. And plenty of leftover hardware, which I presume that their approach was to throw out all the existing hardware and put all new hardware in, which is better than not having enough, I guess. Okay, so another repair done by myself without having to use the dealer or an expensive mechanic, and $200 repair. God knows what it would have been in the shop. But hey, this is the Death Scouter helping you guys to keep jeeping and save some money. Thanks for watching.